mean, 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo!
I don't know what that is. I mean, I know who Rick is, but I don't know that. I don't know that reference.
That was his catchphrase. Woo!
Yeah, what's the 2 claps got to do with it, though? Did he say that?
No, that's just...
I know he was the Woo. He was Wonder Boy or some other crap, but like...
No, that's just instruction. I'm just asking you to give me 2 claps and a woo!
Oh, okay. I got you.
That's
Sorry.
why when you're out in public, whether you're at a restaurant, football game, church event, whatever, and somebody from the nether regions says, give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair, you got to, woo!
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Yep. Now you know.
I do apologize for my lack of understanding.
Well, now you understand. So if you hear that out in public, you got to, woo!
Yeah. Okay. Well,
They can't be little claps either. They got to be big claps.
So we're not talking golf claps. We're
normal claps.
Decent size claps. Okay.
And
interesting. Interesting. So
good morning.
Good. Yeah. What an opening there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, good morning though. You know, if it is morning, if it's evening. Hope
Wherever
it's a
you're
good
at.
one as well. Wherever you find yourself in life, you know, if you're on the mower, mowing the lawn, or motoring down the interstate, or you know what,
you're in a field planting corn, just taking a tractor another round.
I'll be honest with you.
Another round.
If you're planting corn right now, you're late.
Depends on when you're listening to this episode.
That's true.
So you take the tractor another round.
Is that Aldine?
Yeah,
I'm not a big.
That's
Aldine.
old Aldine.
I'm not a. I never really liked his music.
Nah, never been a big Aldine fan, but hey, sometimes
he's got a following.
Sometimes you just got to take tractor another round.
Our thing is very subjective. So is music. So is music. So we, speaking of subjectiveness, I posed a question to a photographer today at a meeting that we had prior to this. I said, "What is a good photo?"
Oh no.
Well, I mean, what's the answer to that?
I don't know. I mean, if you go back to some of our previous episodes, like, are we taking into the account that you may or may not be like a pure photographer, or like you're editing, or what? Like, that's tough.
Well,
that's tough. Wow.
It's just very subjective. It's just very subjective. What I think is a good photo, you may not think is a good photo.
Right.
What I think is a good photo, someone on Instagram may not think is a good photo. But guess what? I mean, it's a two-way street. Yeah. So, like, again, it's very subjective. Yeah. What makes a good photo? Is it proper expose? Is it proper exposure? Is it technically sharp? Is it beautiful colors? What makes a good
I don't know.
Photo.
Folks, if you've got some thoughts on that, leave those down in the comments below. I'd like to see what you guys think a good photo is.
Yeah.
It could be pretty interesting. Get some battles going on in the comments. Nothing like a good battle, good comment battle.
I think it's going to ultimately end up being
warriors.
Down to editing styles, right? You know,
maybe. What if you don't edit? Then you don't have an editing style.
That's true.
See? I'm just saying there's a lot of different avenues.
Yeah.
Jared, meat potatoes. Get us the meat and taters.
What to do when you are in a creative rut. Specifically, that could be also these actions can also be applied to how to find inspiration.
Yes.
Which you're gonna need to find inspiration at various stages of your career.
Yeah, we all go through the rut.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you do this long enough, I promise
you're gonna have a couple of those.
You will. It's a
some
mountain and a
valley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some peaks and valleys.
You're gonna find yourself in a creative rut. And so, like, this one has most recently plagued me.
So you're saying you're speaking from a little bit of personal experience.
Yeah. So, like, specifically,
I like that. That helps me relate to you.
I love black and white photography. I do. I think that is one of the most pure forms of photography. We could talk probably a whole episode about that fact. But I also go through periods of time where I'm very, very, very happy with my color work.
Yeah.
On the inverse of that, there are times when, truly, I could love my photo work, my color photo work for a month straight. Just, I'm loving the way that these colors are rendering. They're coming out. I love it.
Things are popping.
The very next month, with the exact same preset or the exact same settings that I had loved, 1 month ago just aren't doing it for me. So like you can be in a creative rut even on the color side of things.
Yeah. Which is where you're coming from with this point is specifically, I mean, you've had this rut of I don't really like my colors right now.
I'm not enjoying my color work right now. And this has happened before. Yeah. And one thing that I like to do, I found is helpful. The easiest thing, remove color.
Yeah.
Literally, go shoot black and white for a while.
So what about black and white for you helps you through that rut? Because obviously there's no color there, but like, why is the lack of color? That just seems counterintuitive for the lack of color to help me with color.
Well, I think you know when you go to like these taste testing things, they give you something generally to cleanse your palate. Right. Well, this is basically the exact same thing. My eyes, my mind, the way that I've manipulated these colors, I can't get out of this cycle here. Yeah. You know, the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expect different results. It's like, okay, if what you're doing isn't working for you, you got to do something different.
Change it up.
And if you don't know what to do differently with colors, which if you know what to do differently with colors, then, I mean, do that. Yeah. Just easy fix. But if you don't, cleanse your eyes, cleanse your mind, cleanse your photography eye with literally just shoot black and white.
Yeah.
And this period of time can differ for everybody. Like you may just be like, look, I'm going to go shoot every single day for a week and only deal with black and white. Maybe that's enough. At that point, you start dabbling back with color and you're like, oh, I've reset. I know what I need to do now.
Yeah. Well, with black and white too, like we've described this on a few episodes, but like it's the great equalizer. Like there's only a couple things that you can concentrate on. That's your tones, highlights, shadows, midtones, whatever, and your composition, your framing. Like those are the only variables that you have in black and white.
So like one thing that's really cool about black and white, it's not, in some ways it's simple, but in some ways it's also not. It's also kind of complex because you do not have, you know,
have the crutch of color.
You don't have color to help tell your story or craft your or you know draw your viewers' attention, whatever. You literally have luminance.
Yeah.
You have white, something from white, and you have something to black, like somewhere in between there. But only those. You don't have hues.
Right.
So saturation out.
Right.
Shift in a hue out. You know, you've literally only got luminance values. Yeah. So at that point, you have to you're forced to really concentrate on your composition and analyzing your light.
Yeah.
But also in editing.
Yeah.
With black and white, you know, there's a skill to it, I think, to using those limited variables, those limited pieces in your toolkit to still have a great image, to have that contrast, to draw your viewer's eye through masking and all those other things. So like there's a fun exercise, and also I found it to be a great reset if you are struggling with your color work right now. Give yourself a reset. Go do a month or whatever length of time. Just give yourself that reset. Only do black and white.
Well, and it helps you too, because you mentioned in the editing, but I think even in camera, and I know you're a big proponent of this, especially as of late, like you've realized lately that you prefer going out when the light's a little bit harsher. You like those harsh lighting conditions. And with black and white, you can really hone in on that.
That's fair.
When you're out shooting, like you're not even doing that in the editing suite. Yeah. You're actively analyzing your light. Do I like a cloudy day? Do I like a sunny day? Do I like, slashes of light, or do I want things to be softer? Like when you're only in that black and white mentality, those are the things that you really hone in on. And I think it's a great way to sharpen your skills, specifically with lighting. Because again, that's one of the only variables that you're working with at that point in time. So whether it be in camera or in post-processing, like you've got to work with your lighting.
Oh yeah. Another thing too, like if you're stuck with colors, I think it can be very helpful to, change your environment.
Yes.
Or that could be change your subject. Okay. So for instance, if you're a family photographer or a portrait photographer, you're typically dealing with skin tones and humans, right? So if you get in a color rut, that's what I'm going to call this. If you get tired of your colors and your colors just aren't doing it for you and you're struggling, change your scenery up. If you typically take people, your subjects to, vast landscapes, maybe try an urban style.
Yeah, take them to the city.
Take them downtown. I'm telling you, your colors are going to be different. You're not going to be dealing with your greens and stuff like that at that same level. So like it can be different. Plus, too, you're going to have some really cool shadows, and so literally changing your scene,
change the environment,
and changing your environment can give you access to different colors. You may just literally be tired of green, which I think is probably commonly what takes place here. We have a lot of green.
Got a lot of green. And it's not deciduous green.
It's not deciduous green, and it can be kind of difficult to deal with
on a nuclear
constant basis, which we're fixing to get into fall, so it's fixing to be really pretty. But
it's not the case year round, though.
Even if you're, so that was just changing your scene. Yeah, you may just want to change your subject.
Yeah, change the niche.
Yeah, for real. Go try your hand at
automotive
photography or
product photography,
street photography, product photography. That's
There's
a fun one.
Avenues.
Just do something that you don't normally do.
Yeah, challenge yourself,
because what that's going to do is force you to be creative, basically. And that can be very helpful even on the color side.
I was going to say it forces you to be creative. Also, too, like there's some things like disciplines that apply to, let's just say street photography that you may realize also work really well in portrait photography.
There you go.
Or things like, or in street photography that may carry into product photography, and vice versa. So there's a lot of different benefits to changing the environment, and that comes in the form of literally changing what you're shooting.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to stick with, hey, I'm a portrait photographer, like just move them to a different scene.
Yeah. I mean, if you're
Don't
always
shooting the forest all the time.
Yeah. I mean, again, you can literally grow tired of that. And I think a lot of times you can grow tired of your colors. Yeah. I really do.
This just hit me, actually. This just hit me. A great real-world example. I know we're all about practical application here. Bonnie and Mel, for example.
Okay.
They took me and Sarah to a laundromat shoot. And literally their reasoning for that was like, hey, we want to try some different stuff.
Okay.
We want to try some fun stuff. We want to try different scenery. So literally, two people that we look up to, Bonnie and Melissa, they were actively practicing that, which is why, they got me and Sarah in a laundromat and some 70s attire. Like it was a fun shoot, and they were just practicing different skill sets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is your opportunity to, you've got a sandbox there. Like,
yep,
you can play.
Go play in it.
Go play. That's fun. Like, and here's the thing too. I think it can be difficult, specifically if, once you find your niche, once you find, your honey spot there that you just love doing, and let's just say that's weddings. You can love wedding photography, but you can also get tired of it.
Yeah, every now and then,
you can grow fatigue, and to where like creatively you're just like going through the motions, or you just don't have this spark. And again, if you do this long enough, you're gonna have probably multiple.
Yeah, like you're gonna need a breather from time to time.
So challenge yourself. Go do something that's different. If you've never woken up to go catch a sunrise on a beautiful landscape, do that.
Go do it.
Just even the literal planning aspect,
and the planning, the adventure of getting there.
Like that's creative, and you're gonna find.
I like that.
You're gonna find new ways to see things. I
like that.
Yeah, change what you shoot.
What and where?
What and where? Absolutely. Here's another one.
Hit me with another one.
Here's another one that you can do. And some people may not be as interested in this, but hey, I tell you what, it's a humbling thing. Change your format or your medium.
So what do you mean by that? Changing my format or medium?
Most people are digital photographers today.
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
You could dabble into the old F word.
FILM.
Film. That is, I know people are going to be like up in arms if they were to hear something like this.
That's sacrilegious.
But they'll say they'll get frustrated with someone who says, "Oh, film slows me down. Like I'm more immersed in the process. It slows me down as a photographer and forces me to XYZ."
As they're wearing like a Stetson hat,
as they're wearing
suspenders and circle frame glasses.
Is it a slower process physically? Yeah, it's a slower process.
Sure.
Everything about it's slower.
For sure. Which I love.
And if you've ever shot film,
it'll humble you.
It'll definitely humble
It's
you.
a great
You
humbler.
can be a great digital photographer. Know the exposure triangle in and out. Then you get a film camera.
Yeah.
And if it's not fully auto, which the fully auto ones, they're going to do a pretty good job.
Yeah, they're fine.
Shameless plug. They're going to do a pretty good job. But if you start to be like, you know what?
If you want to dabble, though.
I want to meter this scene myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to push the. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got tons
I'm
of
going to
variables
develop
there.
it myself.
Oh no, that's a whole nother thing. You could end up with bubbles on a roll of film because
Film is
development
the great humbler.
It is, but seriously, change your format. Maybe you don't want to do client work in film, but as a photographer who's in a rut, maybe you do pick up a film camera.
Yeah.
You
And
pick
go
up
shoot
a
street.
roll of Kodak Ultramax. I mean, any film stock will
It'll do.
do. It could even be black and white, which black and white film's fun to shoot.
My favorite black and white film's like $6 a roll. So like it's even cheap to shoot.
Nice.
Yeah.
But literally change your format, change your medium. So what that's going to force you to do, well, it might not on the first roll because you may take it with a digital's mentality, and I did.
And you're going to botch it.
And you're going to botch it. But if you have like any aspiration of like improving upon that second roll,
it's going
to be a different. It's going to be a different process. You're going to realize, oh, I can't underexpose this,
right?
Like you can in digital.
Yeah,
actually, digital kind of works better if you do that.
Yeah,
film not so much.
Film wants a lot of light. Well, the thing too with film is like there's even different methodologies on how to shoot film. Like you mentioned earlier, metering your scene. Like there's a whole group of people out there who don't meter at all. They just shoot with Sunny 16 rule, which is, again, and it's another conversation, but that's a mentality that you can bring to the film shooting table of, I'm not going to meter anything. I'm going to shoot this thing at f16 all day long.
Right.
And, I've got appropriate settings for that, but like you think differently when you change the tool and the actual medium from digital to film, which that's one thing for me that's been super, super fun with film is, obviously, I know film's expensive. Obviously, I know that I'm going to mess a lot of things up, and I have, and I still do. But, like, film for me these past couple of years has been so refreshing because I learned something new literally every roll.
Yeah. I
learned something new about, okay, I did botch this metering. Okay, the camera botched this metering because I was letting it decide. Okay, I botched my development, and I'm able to take mental notes and take actual notes on what I've done, to where I feel like now I can work my way around, a film session pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
But it's taken a lot of mess ups and a lot of time to do that.
Right.
But I mean, it's gotten me out of quite a few creative ruts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's something that I didn't necessarily, intend on saying. But if you're in a creative rut, maybe it could be as simple as not necessarily changing your format. Maybe you've got zero interest in dabbling in film, and that's fine. I'm not saying that you should if you don't want to do it, but you can still change your tool. So like, honestly, if you've shot Sony all your life, rent a Canon or
go borrow one,
borrow a Fuji from somebody, like change ecosystems.
Yep.
And take some photos with that because, I mean, there are going to be differences.
Different challenges with each.
There's going to be differences. You're having to learn a new menu. You're having to manipulate a new camera. Fuji's greens are different than Canon's greens. I mean, there's nuances and there's going to be differences. So it's going to force you to, do something different because you can't do the exact same thing.
Well, and two, I mean, with format specifically, I mean, even if you remain digital and remain with your same camera system, literally, and I mentioned this off camera, but literally shoot in a different format as far as like aspect ratio. So like if you're used to shooting,
most of them are 2x3.
Yeah, most of them are 2x3. If you're used to 2x3, shoot some 1x1 square, good old fashioned square. Shoot some panoramic, some 65x24. Like those different framings, again, will cause you to rethink composition. Framing, things like that. I've gotten a big kick, again, which I'm doing it on film, but I've gotten a big kick shooting 6x6 medium format, which is square.
Yeah.
So when you're shooting in a square camera, you think a little differently. Like you're picking and choosing what's getting cut off because you don't have You don't have the wideness anymore. You're
no, but you've got the tallness.
You've got the tallness.
You've got more tallness, actually.
You got more tallness, but even at that, like you're picking and choosing some things, which has been fun for me because square cropping is a totally different approach than horizontal cropping.
Yeah.
So,
and another exercise that we used to do, and we still do, I think we should do more of, but if you're in a creative rut, a really fun exercise is to give yourself a themed photo walk.
Yeah, do some challenges.
And like we get a goofy one where I remember one day we decided we were going to walk around downtown. We gave ourselves a time constraint even. Mm-hmm. So again, constraints are going to help with this creativity. Yeah. If you give yourself limitations and a task, well, you've got to play within these lines and get the goal done,
now
right?
Know your sandbox.
So we gave ourselves a task of 10 minutes, and we went to Google and did a random letter generator.
I remember that.
I think we ended up with the letter D.
Yep, things that start with the letter D.
We had to photograph with 10 minutes, and that was like walking to and walking back. We had to report back to this central location.
Listen, Toby boy over here was huffing.
Well, I never realized how hilly our downtown was until I gave myself
out of shape.
A 10-minute challenge. But anyways, so we had ourselves a challenge. Find a photo with the letter D. Mm-hmm. Something to you that starts with D. What does D mean to you? How can you incorporate that into your photo? I ended up taking a sign of like Depot Street.
Yep.
Was closed or open for business, but there was this massive closed sign, oxymoron. You ended up shooting a hot dog because dogs.
Yeah, dogs.
You had the dog stand. All that to say.
No feet pictures were made in that photo walk, which was unfortunate.
This was prior
This was pre-dog.
This was, prior to feet being dogs.
Yeah, true. Okay. Anyways, I digress.
It's still not a dog to me. Anyways, give yourself a photo challenge and maybe bring a photographer along. And so make it a competition.
Yeah.
What we did was we put those two photos.
Took it to the gram.
Took it to an Instagram story and gave our listeners and viewers a poll. Said, which photo do you prefer? And so, I mean, nobody won anything. It wasn't like a grand prize or anything, but it's still fun. Fun challenge.
I think
we
need to do those more.
We do, actually. We definitely do. You could do colors. You could do shapes. You could, like, the possibilities of this themed photo walk are literally endless. You could even just give an action, like movement.
I need to get you in a challenge where, like, we pick the camera that the other one uses, and I'm going to put the Rolleiflex in your hands. Because I want to see how you shoot square.
Well, I don't know that our viewers will. I mean, it'll take a while to get the results.
I can develop same day.
Oh, dang. 1 hour photo.
Literally. I mean, I can do less than that, actually, as long as the film's dry. Anyways, I'll stick the Rollie in your hands, see how you do square.
Interesting. Yeah, that would be a fun challenge. It would certainly be something I'm not familiar with. I think maybe one of... one of the last things that you can do for finding inspiration, and if you're just starting out and you're trying to find your style, you're also in this boat. You're needing to find inspiration. Yeah. But if you're in a creative rut, you're also, again, trying to find inspiration to get out of this hole that you're in. Social media can be a bad place, but it can also be a really good place. Social media is a bad place if you constantly play the comparison game.
Yeah, if you get into comparing, that's detrimental.
It's very detrimental. I mean, the cliche that's been stated a million times, comparison is the thief of joy. And it is. Like, it will rob you of joy if you stay in this comparison game, which is why that's not what I suggest doing with social media. Yeah. I suggest drawing inspiration from photographers that you look up to. Maybe they're not even in your niche. Yeah. Like specifically a really fun one to do. Again, if you're a wedding photographer and you've never ever shot landscape, go to Instagram, search the hashtag landscape photographer, go get inspiration. Maybe you find one that's even close to you. So like maybe they took a photo at this lookout that's an hour from your house. Okay, great. Now you've got a challenge, not to like specifically pixel for pixel recreate that photo.
Go shoot it your way.
But go challenge it, because I promise you, if you go take that photo, you're probably going to end up with a different photo than they did, because your processing is going to be different.
You're
all
a
those
different
things.
human. You see things differently.
But draw inspiration and use social media, because there are tons of great photographers, absolutely beautiful work out there, literally at your thumbs. You've just got to search it.
Yeah.
And you can get so inspired. by the work that you see there on social media.
Yeah. Well, and too, specifically with inspiration and where to find it and how to find it. I mean, we've mentioned this on a few episodes back too. Like, go to your library, find some photo books, things that are tangible that you can hold. Look into other art forms. Look at magazines or different styles magazines like Southern Homes and Living. Like,
there you go.
What are those centerfolds looking like?
Yeah.
Or go to Motor Trend. What does their centerfold look like? Different avenues of photography, different avenues of mediums, even tangible magazines, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. I can give you a long list, very long list of photographers that I'm inspired by. In multiple different disciplines. I mean, I can give you street, I can give you landscape, I can give you portraiteurs, I'll call them.
Portraiteurs, yeah.
Not the same as a mouseketeer, but portraiteur. Yeah. But a long list of photographers that inspire me daily.
Yeah.
I think those avenues, though, are important. You've got to have your social medias. That's probably the most accessible for most people because you don't physically have to go anywhere.
You also don't have to necessarily buy anything.
Right.
If you are wanting to buy, a great way to get inspired is old photo books or even current photo books.
I was
gonna say,
but like you purchase those
from
an artist.
Yeah, you buy an Ansel Adams photo book and you see like, oh gosh, look at what this guy did, or whatever. One of my favorite, and he only shoots black and white. Alan
Schaller,
that dude,
the Schall master.
Oh my,
yeah, he's one of my favorites too.
I would probably buy a photo book from him.
I've actually purchased photo books from dudes that we're friends with on Threads. There's a guy, Derek Buckner, that I follow on Threads, and he has a photo book that I bought a few months ago, and it's like, I think it's only a 10-pager. It's like a mini photo book, but man, some of the work that he has in there, I absolutely love. And I would say there are others out there again that are selling photo books that it's a good idea to go get from because hey, we're supporting each other here. But
right,
I think a photo book is just fun to hold, like the tangibility of it.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that, which every time I see one or see somebody put one out, I'm always reminded of like, gosh,
I need to do that.
not even necessarily a photo book. I would love to have a photo book and I'd love to sell a photo book, all those things. But I just need to print more of my work. Truly,
for sure.
I literally need to print more of my work.
Yeah. Hey, if any of our listeners out there, if you'd like to see a photo book from myself or Jared, let us know in the comments below.
If you do, kind of like we stated in another episode ago, bless your heart.
Yeah, bless your heart first off. But hey, maybe we've shot something. I don't know what it would be because I shoot a lot of garbage, but literally.
Same. Well, same. I guess one last thing. If none of this is like, maybe you've not zero interest in, suggesting a different scene for your clients. Maybe you have zero interest in changing formats and like, I'm not doing film, guys. I'm also not renting, and I don't have any local photographers who shoot a different body.
And I'm not shooting square.
Great, cool. Give yourself a challenge. Maybe you don't even want to go on a photo walk. Maybe you have zero interest in doing a photo walk. Give yourself a 15-day challenge for 15 days in a row. I'm going to take at least one photo. That challenges you to, and maybe you, again, it's kind of helpful if you give yourself boundaries and a theme. Like, I'm going to take something blue.
Yeah.
Whatever.
For
15 days. Take something different. Or, I mean, maybe you even challenge yourself. It's like, I'm going to shoot the exact same subject, which this could be a car, this could be a barn,
for
this
15
could be
days.
Listen, there's going to be variances there. You may not be able to get there at 6:15 like you were yesterday, which it's dark now at 6:15. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are going to be differences. And those photo challenges are fun. I watched a guy on YouTube.
Willem Burbeck.
Yes.
He shot The Rock.
For 30 days.
Yep.
And I'm like, that was really cool. Because
Willem
what did he do?
Heroes.
What did he do? He changed his angles. He changed his focal lengths. He went in the morning. He went shot it at noon. He shot it. And so some days were raining. And like, all of those things are going to force you to be creative. Yeah. Yes, you're shooting the exact same subject. Yeah. Possibly, if that's what you choose to do.
But Willem shot it very well, which Willem, he's a very published film photographer in very large magazines.
Right.
But anyway,
but I'm still, I've drawn inspiration.
Because even at that level, he needed some practice at something.
And make it easy for yourself. Like I have, and I guess guilty confession here, I've wanted to make myself shoot my neighbor's cows. for 30 days.
Mm.
Yeah, sounds like Mountain Man on Duck Dynasty. But I have wanted to make myself shoot the exact same herd of cattle in the exact same field for 30 days. Because that's easy for me. They're my neighbors. It's not
very accessible.
The barrier's low.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to drive 30 minutes to get to this location or anything like that. So that's definitely a challenge that I could give myself, and I think it would be a fun one.
That'd be pretty cool.
It's evidently not fun enough for me to do.
I'd like to see your beef photos.
Yeah, I actually may do that. Actually.
The Beef Brigade.
I think I may do that.
Make a photo book out of it. The Beef Brigade photo book.
I don't know that title's a working title.
It's a working title.
That may not be the finished title. But yeah, give yourself a challenge. And if it's for 10 days or maybe it's just a week, whatever it is. Yeah, there you go. But give yourself a challenge and make yourself stick to those. Hold yourself accountable. If you give yourself deadlines, make yourself stick to those deadlines.
Play Cal Magazine.
Yeah. I don't think that's a thing.
That's bad. We got it. We got to get out of here. I'm getting stupid now.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I didn't know he was going to say that.
I didn't either.
I also didn't realize that my cow project was going to spawn this.
I mean, it's
anyways,
some things,
Listen, there are some things that you can do for us, though.
Yeah,
truly.
And hopefully this episode has helped somebody.
At this point, I'm wondering if you're still listening and you've not, turned the TV off.
Yeah, if you've not turned into Hugh Hefner.
Anyways,
or Hugh Heifer, should I say?
If you know someone, like maybe you have a photographer friend who you were just talking to, and they're like, "Dude, I'm stuck in a rut, dude. I'm not loving my photo work, hating my colors." Maybe send them this episode.
Yeah. Know that we've been there.
Yeah, for real. Like
still are there sometimes.
Yeah, we've been there, sometimes actively.
Yep.
We'll be there again, Lord willing.
Yep. The creek don't rise.
The creek don't rise. Send them this episode.
Yeah.
There may be something that they can do. One of these things is actionable, and I really think would help them.
Yeah. Agreed.
They've helped me in the past. These are things that I've done and will continue to do the next time I get into a creative rut. So, yeah, send it to somebody. Yeah. Otherwise, you can give us ratings.
Yeah, stars and bars.
Yeah, leave us a comment. Let us know that this was helpful or
what
that
do
you
do to
enjoyed
get
it.
out of creative rut? I'd like to know what others are doing.
You know what? Again, I'm always looking for help.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
These are not the only things that you can do to get out of creative rut.
I would like to know some things that I can do maybe when these aren't working for me.
That might be what you need to get out of your creative rut.
That may be what you need. And on that note, Jared, here is the hard part.
We will see you guys later once we change formats.
He didn't make that very hard. We'll see you guys.